Ideal weather today for the capture. I guess I'll make a trip to capture this particular spot. And what did I read today? How about this one? What's with all the stories of, I guess, drones flying in places where they shouldn't in terms of sensitive areas and all that? This one here says, Japan investigates alleged Chinese drone footage of JS Uzumo. There was that other news where they were saying it was a military drone of sort, I guess you could say, but this one you don't know and they don't know if it's fake or not. This one says multiple photos of Yokosuka-based USS Ronald Reagan were also allegedly taken by a Chinese drone. The authenticity of the footage hasn't been determined yet. A video allegedly shot by a Chinese drone flying over Japan's largest warship since World War II, JS Uzumo, has been spreading on social media platforms in China and elsewhere, prompting the Japanese Defense Ministry and the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force to start an official investigation into its authenticity. So as they mentioned, there's photos and stuff you could see as well as video, and it says the 19-second video and accompanying photos of JS Uzumo were uploaded to video sharing platform Bilibili on March 26 by a user with a Chinese name claiming they'd been recorded by drone at the JMSDF Yokosuka base in Kanagawa Prefecture, south of Tokyo and home to US Navy's 7th Fleet. It's kind of interesting how they keep implying Chinese and so forth, like a Chinese username and so forth. I think that would be kind of a given since that is a social media platform in China anyways. It says the footage has since been taken down from Bilibili but has been posted on other social media platforms such as X, formerly known as Twitter. In Japan, flying a drone over SDF-related facilities and their surrounding areas such as Yokosuka Base is prohibited by law. Those who violate the law are subject to imprisonment for up to 1 year or a fine of up to $3,300. However, beyond the legal matter, the footage is raising growing concerns about ensuring safety around military bases in Japan. I guess it's one of those thoughts where if this is supposed to be a secure area, how in the world did this even get by? I guess that would be the thought. And at the same time, they say here, if this is an infiltration by PLA launching drones with explosives and a coordinated attack on the radars of multiple warships, as well as the ship F-35s, guess what happens? Another user with a Chinese name warned on X on March 29th referring to the Chinese People's Liberation Army. Although with that said, they can't confirm it's actually real because it says we are analyzing the video, including the possibility that it was processed or fabricated with malicious intent. Kiara told the news conference, we strictly monitor drone activities around the Yokosuka base on a regular basis. He also said, adding, we will continue to work closely with related organizations to ensure the base security. Yeah, with all this stuff with AI videos and stuff like that too, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the stuff is fake. But everyone on high alert for whatever reason. I must be missing something. Is there like some kind of potential war between China and Japan currently anyways? It seems like the news is usually all about Ukraine, Russia, or in terms of disputes with Taiwan and China and all that. So with that thought actually about flying in areas where you shouldn't and potentially getting things like fine and prison time, this was kind of fascinating. I remember reading this before where there was this group, Extinction Rebellion, where they purposely flew a drone, I guess, to kind of, I guess, disrupt the area per se so they can get attention. And here was kind of a ruling on what their punishment was, and it was kind of interesting to think about. This one says, Extinction Rebellion co-founder avoids jail term for drone action near Heathrow. As it says here, Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil's co-founder Roger Hallam has avoided imprisonment after attempting to bring disruption to Heathrow Airport by getting involved in an action to fly toy drones in the vicinity. Climate activists said the aim of the plan was to raise awareness about the impact of the airport's proposed third runway on the climate. At sentencing hearing in Isleworth Crown Court in West London on Friday, Hallam and Maxey were both given 2-year sentences suspended for 18 months. Litch and White was given a 17-month sentence suspended for 18 months. All are required to carry out hundreds of hours of community service. Climate activists who attended court welcomed the fact that the men received non-custodial sentences. So I'm guessing a lot of people would have assumed they would have got a harsher penalty, whereas they didn't, I guess you could say anyways. It says the drones were in the air between 14th and 18th of September 2019, and in the words of Judge Edmonds, when passing the sentence on Friday, saying, quote, the action fizzled out with no more than 20 drones within a 5-day period flown. The drone flights were within the 5-kilometer exclusion zone around the airport, while a judge said that he was satisfied that all 3 men were committed to the principle of nonviolence. He found them to be, quote, naive about the risks of the action. In November 2023, the court heard that Hallam and others planned to fly drones near Heathrow in order to paralyze the airport and embarrass the government into abandoning plans for a 3rd runway there. Now, so what would you think in that case in terms of the punishment per se? And the fact that I guess they were flying, quote, toy drones, as they say, do you think that should normally result in things like prison time, for example, if people do stuff like that? All right, see you guys later.